Okay, Mike from GetYourRockOut here with Carlos from Bonded by Blood. How are you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you for asking. Okay, how's the tour going?
Fantastic. Really good tour.
We've been enjoying it. Alright, well, you stand out on this tour being a thrash band amongst, big death metal bands. What's it like? What do you add to this tremendous experience?
I'm not really sure. I mean, we're just more happy just to be here, being able to tour Europe and the UK and finally go to play Ireland, it's just an honor, and being able to share the stage with some legends like Vader and our good friends Aborted who are really good. It's just been a really cool experience, and glad we could be here and have this chance to play again.
You say that you've quashed the limitations of a thrash label by introducing elements of musical diversity. What, in your opinion, are the biggest limitations of the thrash genre? And as a relatively new band on the scene, how do you feel it should evolve?
I mean, I think it's evolved by itself over the years. But I mean, when people think of thrash like in their own way, they think of their favorite thrash records, and then if it doesn't sound like that, then they automatically accuse a band of this and that, and whatever. And it just sucks because, I mean, like, not every thrash band should have the same sound. Like, every band, that's what makes a band unique, is each sound. And I mean, just because thrash doesn't sound like another type of thrash doesn't necessarily mean it's not thrash metal. Because, I mean, we know what our influences are, and we know what we like to write and like to play. And, I mean, it'll always be aggressive and fun, which is like the roots of thrash. It's just aggressive, crazy, and fun. And as long as it has those key elements, I think that's what makes a good thrash record. Catchy riffs and all the good stuff.
Well, you touched on it a little there. What's your opinion of Metallica post-1990? It's kind of a controversial issue amongst thrash fans.
It's a really controversial issue. I mean, I think everyone's a Metallica fan, but I mean, everyone has their insides. I look at some records, their later records, differently. I don't listen to them like I would want to listen to their earlier records. Like, you put on records when you're in certain moods. You want to go fucking crazy, you put on Rest in Peace of Megadeth. You want to fucking headbang, you put on some Slayer. It's just, you have your different eras. And bands change, and Metallica got to the point to where they did almost 10 years of the same thing, which was great. It sounded great. I really wish they kept that up. But I mean, I've never talked to them about the real scoop, which is one thing that anybody would have to do before judging a band, is actually talk to the members and get the real scoop of what went down. Because you never know what could happen, And I mean, I respect some of the 90s albums on the bass aspect, and I like the production. And then there's really good riffs, guitar tone. I mean, I'm looking at all aspects of the record. I'm not just listening, and just because it's not like something I've heard them before, automatically get out the window, But I mean, as far as Metallica goes, I mean, we were just having a conversation with some of the members of this tour about how the Black Album was a sellout record. And it's just a really hot topic, and I thought it was a good record. I mean, it doesn't have to be like all the other records they wrote, but I think it was a good record,
Alright, well, let's talk about the aftermath for your latest albums released last summer. Are you pleased with how it's been received?
Not really in the States. I mean, people have been real jumpy. I mean, the production's a lot more polished. One guitar, which isn't our choice. Go figure, And, I mean, with this record, we just wrote what we wanted and what we liked to play, and we just had a lot of fun writing it. And so, I mean, when we approached this record and did that, we didn't really look back and try to change anything for what other people judged it upon. We just wrote and laid down what we liked, and I didn't let anybody else tell us how to write or do anything like that, And we're really happy with it because when we worked with Logan, I mean, it was a fantastic experience. We learned so much, and it was just fun, and it was local, it was in LA, so it was real home feeling, and it was just a really good experience, easy experience, which is weird because writing a record's hard, a long, hard process, And it was one of the easiest records, and we feel like it came out the best. It showed us, we finally got to show, especially me and Juan, got to show what we're capable on our instruments, and just sort of express our styles, I guess. Yeah.
It's all good. Often in thrash, the third album gets a certain aura, a certain respect. Do you think there's an element of that here, or?
To be honest, I think there was more attention in our first two records. This record, people just sort of seem to not care. They didn't even like the expressions I get is they didn't bother to pick it up. But it doesn't bother me. I mean, it's to each his own. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say, you know.
The plans for another album, or is it way too soon to be talking about?
No, man. As soon as we get home after this, we're going to start writing another one and plan to be in the studio by fall.
Awesome. That'd be cool. Alright, well, let's talk about general thrash metal questions then. It's not often I get a chance to talk to thrash fans about these kind of things, but who do you like more then, the American Big Four or the German Big Three?
They both have their differences and their good parts, and then, you know, the other parts of it. I mean, someone like me isn't really someone who categorizes Big Four. I like a lot of bands, and I don't think that you should make only four bands, the bands that are only ones that are allowed to enjoy the spoils of metal, which is, you know, but I mean, someone like me is more into Forbidden and Death Angel, and I think, and Exodus, of course,
yeah.
And I mean, I think these bands deserve so much, because they work so hard, and they're true to everything, to the heart, like to the scene, to everything. I haven't had a chance to meet really anybody in the Big Four, I think, and I'm sure they're all great guys. I mean, I've met Kerry King, but I haven't really had much conversations with him. But, I mean, yeah.
A bit intimidating in person, or is he alright?
A little bit. I mean, yeah, I mean, everyone gets starstruck when they see someone they see on TV and all hear about everywhere all the time, you know. But I mean, I think I'm pretty good at talking with some people.
What do you think of the Big Four shows? What do you think of that whole tour?
I didn't get to see them. I think I was on the road at the time.
Right.
But that's awesome. That's cool. I mean, that's something that the least they could do is put on something cool, because they have the resources. I think they should be doing way more things like that, especially for lesser known bands and for just the scene in general. They're not really doing anything. Like, yeah, they'll go on a tour and they did this Big Four thing, but what else? They're doing festivals. And just, I guess they're at a point in their lives where they're just more occupied with family, maybe, I'm not sure.
Ever considered doing something similar with Evil, Gamma Bomb, Municipal Waste?
Well, we did. We did do a tour with Evil and Gamma Bomb, Overkill, and Forbidden in the U.S. A couple years ago, which was awesome. But I've always wanted to put a really badass tour together with like 10 bands of like my picking. But something like that is a pain in the ass to put together.
If you ever do, will you bring that here?
Oh, dude, it'd be a worldwide thing.
Good, just for me. I want to see that show. Well, let's talk about Exodus then. I mean, obviously influenced the band's name. Would you say they're your biggest influence, or are they
No,
one of
not
many?
at all. I mean, from the beginning, it was just like, when we started the band, we didn't ever think we'd go anywhere. It was just like a backyard party type of band. In the beginning, it was just like friends getting together, having a good time, just jamming out, and covering like crazy shit at shows, like people that don't normally. We covered a lot of like Pantera and Megadeth and Metallica and Anthrax and like a lot of the Big Four, but I mean like we've done countless covers that no one ever did at backyard gigs. Man, we play everything. We play like metalcore and like whatever, like just to play back then at least. And then we would play these songs and people would be like, oh shit, that's cool. So we were kind of bringing all these kids back to real metal, which was cool without really knowing it. But back to Exodus, I mean, we never said, oh, we love Exodus so much that we're going to name ourselves after that, even though that's how it looks. But, I mean, we just thought the name was cool, and once we stuck with it and the band started taking off, it was like, fuck it, like, to change the band name, like, some people like it, some people hate it, we don't care, we like it, so it's staying.
Right. And we'll wrap this up then. Do you have a message right into the camera for all our readers, anyone who may be following you, people who may follow you once this tour's finished?
We hope you like the Aftermath. I mean, we worked really hard on it, and I mean, just, you know, have a smoke and listen to it. I mean, listen to it in different sound systems and stuff, views of the record, and hopefully we could get getting in the studio soon and write another good record and show everybody what we got still.
So, thank you very much, man. Have a good show tonight.
Cheers, man. Thanks.